through your list of gratitudes because you're about to add Somalia to that list of gratitude because she's about to open up your world and make you a little bit more grateful for living, a little bit more grateful for existing, and a little bit more grateful for who you are. Somalia, come on, sis. We welcome you to the pink stage. Woo, 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 woo. Hello, beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you
Greetings.
so much.
Yes, we also got our Facebook family here. Hi, Facebook family.
Facebook, I see y'all.
Yes, yes. Somalia, welcome to the pink stage here on Find Your ID NYC. We adore you. You are You're just beautiful. Your talent is seen, received, and we are so excited to hear you perform tonight here on the Find Your ID NYC account.
Thank you so much for having me, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. It's super cool to be able to continue to keep performing. So, thank you for the platform and for having me come on and perform some tunes for y'all.
Yes. You see me trying to sing, you guys. Yes.
You good, girl. You good.
That's
I'll take mine so we can be able to see all that.
fine.
There we go. Cool. Okay, y'all. So I got a couple of songs I'm gonna do for you. I got some originals. A couple of these are off of my project Journey. Hey, y'all. And a couple of them are new. So y'all just chill out, relax, get you a cup of water, some glass of wine, because it's, Sunday evening. So I'm gonna let y'all trinkle on in and some songs for you. So yeah. Yeah. There we go.
We're so glad to have you here. We are super excited to hear your feedback. So please don't just be a ghost watcher. Make sure you drop some hearts. Make sure you drop some questions because we will be looking for questions from you all to Somalia and we will be answering them. Virtual stage, Pink NYC, Find Your ID NYC. Ain't nobody doing it like us, you heard?
Yeah. My phone ringing. I gotta go. I grab my bag. You at the door. I say, where we going? You say you don't know. I just let my seat back and let my hair blow. Those were the days. You were my baby. But now it's all a blur. Wish we could get back to where we were when we were. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You was me, I was you. I'm riding round. Oh yeah. I'm riding, and wishing you was riding with me. I see you, girl, reminiscing about us. Hey, we had so much trust. We never listened to other people. But somehow you had something, so I'm assuming that's why we start riding round. Yeah, no more riding. You was me, I was you. Ooh. and wishing you was riding with me, baby. Yeah. So that song was called Riding. And you can
Oh.
hear it on all streaming platforms. It's from my first project titled Journey. So you all can check
Mm.
that out. I saw you grooving, Rebel. I saw you grooving.
I was enjoying it. I
Yes.
am enjoying this. I usually do.
Cool.
This is a geeks for me.
Well,
Come
I'm
on.
happy you're enjoying it because sometimes people just be like, I'm here, but we want you to be present, so I
Right.
appreciate I
Right.
appreciate it. So
I
what
am a music
people
lover.
yes, who's some of your favorite artists that's out
She
right now?
interviewing me. My
Yes.
favorite artist, Raz, out right now. She's really new to me. Her
Uh-huh.
name is Somalia.
Yeah.
That song "Riding" is everything I'm going through in my relationship right now. It's like I want to be with you, but you gotta get your shit together.
You have to. And I feel like that's a lot of my songs are about relationships. They're about female empowerment. It's really just about like how we continue to morph and change and go through these cycles of life. And I just
Mhm.
happen to be somebody that, writes about it. So,
You know what I love about your music is that it is so R&B. The
mm-hmm.
blues of it, I feel like in R&B today has been about shunning out the person you love.
Mm,
Whereas for you, I'm hearing it's like, no, I want to be with you. This
yes.
ride is going to have some bumps,
Yeah.
but can we do this together?
Yeah, how
I
can
love
we
that.
really figure out how to make this work? Because nobody wants to be alone, and I think that sometimes people think that relationships are just supposed to be roses and flowers, and it's like, no, sometimes it's gonna be like, I don't like you right now, and I don't know who you are right now. But it's figuring out like how do we work through that if that's something that we want to get to. So yes, that was riding.
That was
My
riding.
next song, this one's also about relationships, but it's more so about like being young, like a young woman, and trying to figure out, where do I see myself like in this dating world, and trying to just figure it out by dating different people, dating people that you knew when you were a kid, but then maybe y'all grew up and y'all different. So this song is called "Bye."
Riding in them bar. She done took off in the wheel.
Right, riding. Bye. And you can let me know, Rebel, if you can't hear the music and you need me to turn it up. Ah, ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, ah. 3 a.m. and you wanna pick me up. It's been a while since we hooked up. When I get around, you don't know what to say. Probably cause you weren't even my babe. But I still cared about you. Hit you up every time I was back from school. Then all of a sudden it just stopped. Neither of us could say why. There was no official bye. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm coming over, laying it out on the line. Let them say what they want. We're grown and it's gonna be worth your time. We ain't gotta be booed up. Yeah, we ain't gotta be cuffed up. Yeah, yeah. But now it's getting late and you want me to stay. Don't even know my name. But now it's getting late and you want me to stay. Yeah. When we were young, we wanted to be in love. Now it's so hard to trust. We forgot about us. And I know you mean well. But tonight, let's not talk about all the bullshit fighting that was in the past. So glad you decided to call me up. Cause lately I've been wanting lust over love. Don't mean I don't want love anymore, but I'm so insecure. I can't attract the right boy. No, we ain't gotta be booed up. We ain't gotta be cuffed up. No, 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 no. But now it's getting late, and you want me to stay. Don't even know my name. But now it's getting late, and you want me to stay. Don't even know my name. Yeah, 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 yeah. But now it's getting late, and you want me to stay. Don't even know my name. Yeah, yeah. But now it's getting late, and you want me to stay. Don't even know my name. Yes, 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 yes. So I sent another request. We got thrown off here a little.
We did. Facebook family was over here in the VIP, like, we still watching.
Yes.
Instagram people.
Cool. Okay, so we're all right. So we're back. We are back. Cool. So y'all missed the little ending of it, but I guess y'all got to hear y'all. All of this is trial and error. Everybody is trying to figure out how do we, make this work, especially with streaming. So thank you for your patience. We getting it all the way together. Yeah, that's a really good question. Because I think that for me, it was a lot of figuring out, like, as a young woman too, like, how do I speak up for myself? How do I let people know what songs I do want to sing, what songs I don't want to sing, what artists, what are my inspirations, in terms of music, and like who do I want to pattern myself after? Because I think sometimes people do stray away from kind of being compared to somebody, but I feel like it's homage. It's all homage. I love Jill. I love Lauren Hill. I love Missy Elliott. I love Tweet, and it's a honor to be even mentioned in that category if I ever was. And so I think for me, it was more so like figuring out, like saying, like, no, this is my lane. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. So I feel like that was sort of some of the bumps I had, like being a young and new artist, like really being able to be confident in the way that I feel about the way that I want to write, the type of artist that I want to be. Because I feel like everybody has an idea for you sometimes, like as a singer, about what kind of artist, oh, you're Erica, or and I'm like, that's totally fine, but it has to be something that feels genuine to you. And so I think that was kind of some of the things I had, and just being able to be confident in the path that I'm moving in.
No to an opportunity because people that you were potentially going to work with had a different vision than you.
Wow. I would say it happened a couple of times, because I think too, like in the beginning, also being young, because I've been singing since I was 10. So there was a lot of like, how do we channel this energy? Like my mom was like, well, we need to get her in a group, or we need to get her in something. And so it was a lot of trial and error, and being like, I kind of like this, I don't really like that. But I feel like I did take little tidbits from, every situation where there was, but I feel like there were a couple of times where I had to be like, if I go down this path, I won't be happy in the end. And I'll just be, and the whole idea about, like, for me creating music is so that, like, this is a release. This is supposed to be fun. And like, though the business takes over, there's different things that happen that, can kind of make you feel bogged down sometimes. If it's not fun anymore, like, I don't want to do it. So I think that I had to make a lot of decisions to be able to continue to make music that I actually love and like. So that happened a couple of times, but I think that it was for the best. And there was a couple of situations where it ended up, full circle coming back around again. And it was like, okay, now I'm in the place where we could work, and this could be something, because I know now I have clarity on what exactly it is that I want.
Wow. I hope all you got that. I hope y'all taking your notes. Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Where have you performed that you? So my question is, where have you performed that really made you realize that you are a superstar?
Ooh, that's tough. You know, I think I'm gonna take it back in terms of, because I guess the idea of, like, being a superstar, like, it's confidence. And I think that when I first started singing when I was younger, and like I did the McDonald's the gift competition, and I was just, I kept auditioning, kept I just wanted to be in the room with other singers. I just wanted to be there to keep practicing and keep getting better. So I think that when I made it to the finals for the gift competition, and I saw like all of my family there, I saw friends, like my chorus teacher had come from my school, and they were all there like to support me. I was like, wow, like I could really do this. So I feel like that was my first moment where my confidence built up to make me feel like I could be a superstar. I could be someone who could inspire people with my voice and with my music. And I think that's important. Like, I feel like superstars are, it's confidence. That, some people will say, they'll look at them like, oh, it's the look, it's the way that they carry themselves. And I feel like that's kind of the time that gave me that confidence to be like, you can be who you want to be in your way, in the industry.
Yes, absolutely. Just knowing who you are and knowing that you're here to experience that
Hmm.
expression of God through your body. And
Yes.
that's wonderful.
And I think when people get out of the idea that, I'm just creating music just for self, that's when you're able to really unlock that part of, it's a gift. It really is a gift. Because a lot of people can sing, but to be able to move someone,
Hmm.
that's a gift. That's a power. So I think I'm always trying to create music that makes people feel something, makes them move in some type of way. Oh,
I feel I'm about to go talk to my honey and be like, baby, we just gotta ride. We gotta ride this shit through.
we gotta ride it out. Of us, we don't want to do it no more, and that's fine. But yeah, you gotta stick in for the fight. You can't give up
You can't
just
give up.
a little, a
It
little
got a
bump.
little bumpy. It made you want to switch positions in the car, like, you
Exactly.
know?
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me, when you are in a relationship,
Hmm.
how much of your experience in a relationship gets put into your music?
I would say a good amount. Um, because I'm one of those writers where, I write from personal experiences. I have very few songs that I've written that do not relate to me as a person, because that's just the type of writer that I am. So yeah, a lot of it is put in there, but it's nothing that me and my partner don't talk about. It's not conversations that, because our lines of communication are always open. So, if it's in a song, it's something that has passed over, or it's something that has, maybe come up, and it's thoughts, it's in the process. But yeah, absolutely. A lot of it is written from a place of personal experiences.
Now, did you say you had a boo?
I have a boo.
All right, there you go, Lady ACO. He wanted to know. Now you know.
Boo. I don't know if he's in here now, because I think he said he was going to tune in. He has to be at all the shows, so I'll be like, it's okay, babe. You can take a take a day. But yes, I do have a boo.
How does he feel about your schedule? I know a lot of artists is always saying, I either need somebody who is super chill into their own stuff that's not music industry stuff, or not insecure and in the music stuff. So how does your schedule work with your boo?
That's a really great question because I feel like anything, like um you have to be able to really have that time management down, and sometimes you slip up like regular people do too. But I think that it's tough sometimes because you want to do a lot, you want to be in multiple places at the same time. But I think that at this you still have to be able to make that time for your partner, make that time for you. And that's something that I constantly work at. But I've always been also someone who was like, I want to date someone who's like outside of music, because I feel like I want to learn more about your world, and like you can learn more about my world. So I feel like we have that kind of that bond thing, because he does IT technology and then I'm in music. So it's that I like a challenge. So I like to be able to learn more about like what he's doing, and he does my way, vice versa. Sometimes he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, listen to me. But but yeah, like we absolutely make it work. And I feel like that's because we're committed to both our dreams and like in supporting each other. And I think that's important with whatever partner that you start a relationship with.
Is phenomenal and hella professional. I don't see a lot of artists taking themselves that seriously until they find a manager and or wait for a label to kind of make them who they already are. So, when did you start your website and who helped you create it?
Yes, so I started my website probably about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was created by Quentin Outlaw, and you can find him on Instagram at Q Outlaw. And yeah, like I think when it was the idea was brought to me, like at one point people were saying like, oh, you don't really need a website, like you can just do your links or whatever it may be. But when I was working with Quentin was really like, no, I really think it's important for you to have your website, so that outside of just like people who listen to your music, like when you're trying to build your brand and when you're trying to convey what type of artist you are, what you stand for, like a website really helps with that. And so in building it out, like it was a lot of push and pull. It was like, okay, I like this, I want to change that, I want to do this. But I think at the end of the day, like we were really able to create a website that I think really like represents me as an artist. And I'm constantly evolving, so the website updates with me as I change. I didn't want it to be anything that was like before me or behind me. Like I wanted to move with me as I grow with my music and my artistry. So shout out to Quentin. Y'all can check him out at Q Outlaw. He does
Yes.
websites and graphic design and all of those things. And I love my website, and there'll be some updates soon coming too.
That's exciting. So, my next question, and then we'll open up questions to the audience to ask whatever you may please. And I don't mean whatever, like, we're not trying to ask her what her insides look like. It's pink already. Okay. Um, but on a serious note, how do you monetize your artistry and what was that process like?
Oh, yes, that's a really great question. I think especially during like the pandemic, like it really made me get even more like on my business tip. Because I think before I had like I was doing shows and I was doing, my music online, streaming that way, and also like doing reference tracks and any type of backing vocals features. So all those are all of the different ways that I was monetizing my music as well as my voice, because I think that as an artist you have to be able to unlock these gifts that you have. And if you have a voice, like, and if you have a mind for a writer, like, you have to be able to use those things to also make money, because just being an indie artist, like streaming music, just streaming music is just not, it's, and just making money just from that is not sort of a reality for me at this point. So I think I focus a lot on all of the different areas that I'm able to unlock my artistry and make money from that. So that could be with streaming, it could be doing reference tracks. So that means like recording music or songs for other artists to listen to that they might potentially take on and make it their song. I also do backing tracks. So if I'm doing backgrounds for someone, or I might be doing a live, like going to live performances and doing backgrounds in that type of way. So I have different hats that I try to pull from and use from, because as an indie artist today, you have to be entrepreneurial. You cannot just depend on, hoping that you'll get a record deal, or hoping that, your money from streaming is going to, be the end all be all. So I definitely work on all of the different areas that a singer and an artist today can lock into.
What does it take to get people to like you? Even if you might be really good, I feel like the LMIs and the Kalanis, it's like they've kind of taken an oath to have this presentation and agree to certain things that the rest of the world is agreeing to. But what does it really take to have an audience say, I fuck with Somalia, I love her voice, and I'm showing up for her music?
That's another really great question, Rebel.
I didn't want to say, it's the pink in me. It's the pink in me.
Great questions. Honestly, I think that it's truly and honestly being yourself. I think that that's what people love about Cardi. That's what people love about Meg the Stallion. That's what people love about Ari Lennox. It's truly being yourself and doing it in an authentic way. And I think sometimes it takes time to like translate that over to Instagram or through your music videos or through your website. But I think that if you're really constantly asking yourself, like, what matters to me? How can I connect with the audience that I think I'm writing to? Because it is, everybody has an audience, and I think that that's what the internet has done. It's allowed people to be able to connect with people specifically that like what they give. Because before it was kind of like, a record label might say like, oh, I don't think people would really like, that type of music that you're making. But now that you have the internet, you can directly like get in touch with those people who like specifically what you're making. So I try to just be authentic to me. Like, I've had natural hair my whole life. So you'll see me posting pictures doing different styles with my hair, or you'll see me like, I love to cook, and my new single is called Mimosa. So you'll see me like talking about, showing videos of me cooking, and like I'm winding down. And I think all of these things are connected together. So when it comes to like trying to make people like you, like, I really just try to focus on just being myself. And I think that whoever wants to be in Somalia's world will just gravitate towards it because they connect with me in that type of way. So I just try to be myself and try to figure out ways to show more of me through my website, through branding, all of these different things. So I focus on just being me, and folks that like me will tune into the live right on a at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. Those are the folks that want to be with Somalia. So I just focus on them.
But how
Hmm.
do you do that in the midst of your changes? How do you stay consistent but yet still allowing yourself to grow in front of the world?
Oh, that's another good question. Um,
Bring it up.
Right. It's so true. And I think it's having self check-ins. I
Mm.
think even as like I'm working on a new project, and I think like before I just start to, really think about like, okay, what do I want this project to be about? Or what is the image going to be like? I have self check-ins. I say like, okay, how do I feel it? How does this song make me feel? how does my Instagram make me feel? How does my press kit make me feel? Do I feel like that still aligns with my thoughts, my ideals, my values, and everything that I stand for today? And if it doesn't, then that's when you start to do tweaking to update it to be the way that you see yourself. And so, in that way, like, of course, we're all influenced by media and our idols or, people, our family. And so, I think that I just constantly have self check ins and just ask, like, how do I feel about this? How am I feeling right now as an artist? Because I have to be secure in what it is that I am doing and who I am to be able to continue to create art that reflects me and my reality.
Percent agree with you. That's amazing. That is amazing. So we talk about your new single. All right, what's up with that? What's up?
So my single is called Mimosa.
I want
Um,
one right now.
yes,
Right?
Sunday brunch, and I really wrote that song because I was like, I want to create a song that's uplifting, that makes people feel like they I wanted the song to feel like the energy that I feel when I was creating it. So it's a fun song. I think about, hanging out with my girlfriends. I live in the South, y'all. I'm based in Atlanta. So we are at the Sunday brunches. We got our dresses, our drinks. Like, that's just where you go and have fun. And it's like the epitome of like black girl magic. So I wanted to give them a soundtrack for all of these experiences and everything. So yeah, that's my new song. And y'all, the music video is out. You can check it out on YouTube. Just type in Mimosa and Somalia, and I should pop on up. And yeah, I'm excited to perform that song for y'all tonight too.
Oh man, I was just about to say too, like, can I be in the music video? But like, can we have brunch together? I don't know. We need to link up. I'm about to
Yeah,
come fly out to Atlanta.
get on back to real life, absolutely. It's taking some time, but the world, it has its ways of working. So I believe that, it's going to work out. It's absolutely going to work out.
The floor to any questions that you all that are watching, so loyal, so beautiful people, we love you. Go ahead and send out those questions and let's get those answers for you guys. So go ahead and send that over.
Those questions are.
And while we wait for your questions, I'm going to ask Somalia a question. I want to know, are you going to be donating for our Blackout fundraiser?
Yes, ma'am. Send me the information. I'm all about supporting organizations and people that are doing things in our communities and really trying to promote positivity. So, absolutely. You send me the info, sis. You got it.
Will do. And for all those of you guys tuned in, the link for GoFundMe is in the bio for Franchise NYC. It's also in my bio, living rebel underscore underscore. Make sure you all just go do your research. I'm not begging you for you to put your money up and donate. I know that these are really confusing times. Messages are constantly getting misread. We don't know if the government is for us or against us, but we know one thing is that the people who are in power, who are in leadership, that we are employing them to do so. And if they're not doing the work, then we're going to do the work. And we're not going to hire anyone to confuse us any longer. So make sure you go do your research, ask questions. No question at this point is stupid because they've been lying anyway. And support the artists. Support artists like Somalia. Make sure you go check out the single and the video. But make sure when you're doing that, you also go do your research and donate once you've gotten information that you need it and you have understanding. Then go ahead and donate to Blackout because this fundraiser is going to be dope. And I'm excited. So let's look at these questions. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So Natalie wanted to know, how much creative control did you have for the Mimosa music video? Good question.
Oh, yes. So I definitely, this music video was directed by Andrew J. Lee. His company is called Eboshim Platinum. And when I came to him, I had a couple of, I had lots of ideas, let's say that. And artists typically do. But when I approached him about it, I said, okay, I have these different ideas, but I want to make them collide together to tell a story. Because I think that, like, I've been watching music videos my whole life. I love music videos, and I love the ones that tell a story that's kind of the through line of the song, but it's something that people don't necessarily think about, off the top of their head. So we worked together from the beginning to the end, from the outfits to which I actually picked out. My friend Noelle Leisure helped me style them and get it all together with the dancers. But, I picked out the outfits. I had the idea of like, it has to be in a restaurant. It has to be this, 70s disco feel because that's what the song gives me. And so, yes, we definitely did it together from the beginning to the end. And as an artist, sometimes you have to be able to also allow you have to be able yes, okay, we're back. You have to be able to also allow your team to take over some things too. So I still had a lot of creative control, but I think also being an indie artist, like sometimes budget will prevail. So if you're like, I want to fly off of a helicopter, I want to jump off a helicopter, and like your team is like, well, we can't jump off the helicopter. Maybe we can jump off the house and put something there to make it look like, So I think that we definitely like work together from beginning to end, and I appreciate him for allowing me as the artist to be able to have creative control as well, because I think that's super important. Like I said, like whatever you're putting out, your image, your brand, it has to be aligned with what you feel looks like you. So yeah, we absolutely did.
Oh, y'all hear my babies in the background? Okay. So I have another question. B. Dot Low wanted to know, how do you decide what kind of music you want to make?
Hey, boo. I That's a good question. How do I decide? I really just think about how do I feel at that moment. When I'm creating with producers or I'm creating with other artists, like I feel out the room. I see how we're all kind of feeling and checking in, and that's how I decide. Like, okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and create this song because this is just the way that I feel like when you try to like come in with an intention, like, or at least for me, when I try to come in with an intention, like, okay, this is the type of song I'm going to create, it's going to sound exactly like this, it never works out. So I have to really be like, okay, this is how I feel today. Let's work off of that mood. So that's kind of how I decide what type of songs I want to make and put out.
Imani wanted to know, is your goal to stay independent or work with a label?
Ooh, I think that I would say that my goal is to get to a point where I could have the decision to do either. I love being able to have creative control over my music. And I think that if a label was to approach me at a time where I could still have creative control over my music and they would be able to help take me to another level, I would be absolutely open to that. But I think that as an artist, still growing, still finding my voice, still creating my sound, like I want to be sure and secure at where I am before I move to a step to be able to be signed by a label. So I'm definitely open to both, but I think right now I'm really focused on just honing that sound and really like strengthening my audience and my fan base so that if a label was to approach me, I would be able to have creative control over the Somalia brand and everything that I do.
Only pray and know that everything that you desire and need, you already have. And anyone that comes to you saying, hey, we want to work with you, hope they have a good heart and a good intention, and that they actually want to make a good impact. Because that's really important. You can have good intentions, but the impact may not show because you didn't make the right decisions to actually live out those intentions. And so, of course, beyond wishing, I know that God will answer all of your prayers and answer all that you need, because it is already, once you came into this world, we were already blessed, because you were gifted with something that many of us, can only say wow and oh my God, I'm gonna take those lyrics seriously and I'm really gonna go talk to my boo and tell him that I need to get my license or else I'm gonna just be riding and not driving,
Exactly. Oh, I
you
respect that.
know?
You saying that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
like it's I think especially as an artist, like sometimes you can get in your head and you could be like, oh, I can't put this out because it doesn't look like this and it doesn't sound like that. But I think that it's always amazing to hear affirmations from other people and like people that you're just meeting. Like you're girl, you in New York, I'm in Atlanta. Like it's a
yes. You know, we we, Pink NYC, want to continue to uplift women. It's what we do. We don't forget our men. We love you too. The reason why we uplift our women is because we ultimately are the creators of life as well, the co-creators, but we formulate and mold. And so a happy mom, happy baby, happy environment, right? That's why we call it Mother Nature, the growth, the development, and the time that it takes to develop. And so we uplift our female artists because we want you all to remember that it is a craft. This is an experience. This isn't the end of the world if things don't work out your way, because ultimately you got to get out of your way for things to work your way. And we're just super, super grateful for this time that you're taking out with us to express to us your journey. We look forward to continuously supporting you virtually and in person once we're able to have you on our live stage. And and we just more success, more life, more success to you, and more life and success to all those that are watching. Let's continue to answer some questions, and then we can close out with a beautiful performance from you.
yes.
So Johanna J asks, what helps you get your creative juices flowing when feeling stagnant?
Yes, Joanna J. I
Right?
know all about that feeling, especially being like at home and, during quarantine, because I feel like it was a great time to be able to slow down, but there was also a lot that was happening, that is happening in the world, and you can just feel really bogged down, like with everything that's happening with to Black people in America, with what's happening, the pandemic around the world. And so I had my time where I was also in a slump where I was like, I feel like I should be doing things, but I don't really feel like doing things. And so I think when I'm feeling stagnant, I talk to my community. I think that it's so important to have like your circle, and to be surrounded by people that support you and love you when you are feeling stagnant and you feel that way. I have these conversations all the time because the world moves so fast, We want to be quickly and like always just running and we want to keep going. So to be in a time where you have to pause, it's like, wait, but I was this was supposed to happen and I was supposed to and these were I believe that all these opportunities, everything that is supposed to happen, it will absolutely happen. I think that God has a way of showing you and slowing you down when you think that you're supposed to be doing other things. He always has a way of showing you that there's always another way, and then there's time. And so when I am feeling stagnant, I speak to my community. I talk to them about the way that I feel. I'm like, and then they have a way of being like, no, but remember you did that, and I'm like, yeah, but that didn't. Oh no, but then you also did this too. You know what? You're right. That did happen. So I think it's good to have people, your accountability partners to check you on that. And like, imposter syndrome is real, so you got to be able to have people that are gonna, hold you accountable and say like, no, it's okay, it's fine to feel stagnant, and I think that when you begin to speak to your community, like you'll be able to hear those affirmations that you need, like whether it's coming from Rebel or it's coming from your auntie, your partner, like it's I think what's important is for if I do feel stagnant, I don't keep it just bottled up inside because I think that's when it eats away at you. So when I'm feeling stagnant, talk about it. I have those conversations because it's so important and mental health is important. So that's how I keep myself on track. And I feel like if I am on track in that type of way, if my energy is right, if I don't feel stagnant, those creative juices will begin to flow on their own because you can't force anything. Creativity cannot be forced. At least I feel it has to be something that's natural. Exactly. It has to be natural. So yeah, I speak to my community and they always get me in check and get me aligned.
That is the way. I feel like I've been watching way too many Star Wars shows, but that is the way. That is the way. And Johanna J, I want to respond to you too and just say that being a creator, I'm as an artist as well, and I'm sure Somalia, she's touched on all of it. I just want to add to it and say, Johanna, being a creator means that you do what you love, right? Or you discover what you can do to continue doing what you love,
Yes.
right? And it, like Somalia said, community love will get you there. So a lot of the talk trending is self love this, self love that. Listen, you are love. You don't need the lip gloss, the lipstick, the hairdo, you don't need the bubble bath necessarily, but the way that you take care of yourself is representation of how you love yourself. But the love is who you are. That's the frequency you were born into anyway. Even if I know many people that are part of the Me Too movement, and as an artist, I have to speak on it. I have to say that Me Too movement, some women come out of that situation and that creation may have came from a muddy place, but even flowers can grow from a muddy place. It's about changing, wanting to change the perspective. And so you got to get creative even in a dry space. You got to know that you are water and that you can water yourself by reminding yourself that you have a place to go to, right? Maybe it's two or three people cheering you on, but those two or three people that's cheering you on when you're feeling down, and those two or three people that's cheering you on when you're feeling good, are the two or three people that you need to keep you going. Stop looking for the crowd, right? Or stop looking for grand gestures to be creative and just be grateful. And that gratitude will open up a door for you, right? For example, maybe you've been in this situation, Somalia. Maybe you've been in a situation where you were hoping to be on stage, right? You were like, man, I can't wait to get on stage. I can't wait to get on stage. And then you had the opportunity to get on stage. And then after that, it became a ripple effect. And then it was a pause for a moment, right? COVID happened. And then that pause was like, man, oh man, like I miss being on stage. But it was a great opportunity to be grateful that you got what you asked for, because we go so fast, we forget to be grateful. So creativity can come from many places, but remember to be grateful, and to go to your community, like Somalia said. Community. Find Try NYC. We're a community here, and we support artists. And you're tuned in to Pink Talks.
Yes, come on. I love it. Absolutely. Yes. Community is so important. And I feel like being able to have a community that will check you and will remind you of who you are, I think
Hmm.
is key and it will
So
help
cute.
you feel unstagnant.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. With that being said, Somalia is going to go on and close us out tonight. I hope that all was fruitful and will continue to be fruitful. You're tuned to Pink Talks. Find your IT NYC Sunday. Somalia.
Yeah. Uh, So this next song is called Mimosa.
Woo!
Uh, is my newest single. It was produced by Dope Noteria. Plug, plug, plug. And yeah, this live performance version was produced by Tavis Simmons, which is Band Geek Music. So I hope y'all like it.
Yes.
There we go. Hey, Facebook. I see y'all still tuning in.
Yes, Facebook.
Yes, yes. It's There we go. Yeah. I love to love you, baby. I love to love you, baby. I love to love you, baby. I love to love you, babe. I'm feeling sexy. I wanna hear you say my name, boy. If you can reach me, you can feel my burning flame. Said tonight I'll be your naughty girl, calling all the girls. We're gonna turn this party out. I know you want my body tonight. I'll be your naughty girl. I'm calling all the girls. I see you hook me up tonight, and I came to party. Hey, let's go. Hey, hey, what? Baby mama's on the floor right now. Auntie's on the floor right now. I'm just Sunday brunching on a regular day. I'm sipping peach mimosas like I'm on vacay. Won't even dream about my 9 to 5 or what my boss say. Raising my glass in the air, who cares if it's Tuesday? Let's be spontaneous tonight. Yeah, yeah. Kick up your feet, move to the beat, just let go. Yeah, I'm losing control. I'm just Sunday brunching on a regular day. Yeah, been sitting in the same damn booth for hours, got nowhere to be. Yeah, I only wanna be around good people and vibes, body kind hugging my thighs while the DJ plays this song going on and on and on. Hey, I see y'all. Ooh, tonight. Yeah, yeah. Kick up your feet, move to the beat, just let go. Come on. Life should be sweet like lime squeezed in my daiquiri, full like a glass of Moscato and Martinique, warm as the sun as it shines through my melanin, glowing and glistening. I love the skin. I'm running up a check like I hit the jackpot. Don't really drink, but I'm not like a bar. So don't come over, buddy, with a star. Body looking good cause I've been at the gym. Never seen me looking less than a 10. He wanna dive in but I heard he can't swim. Let's be spontaneous. So you ain't gotta worry. Kick up your feet, move to the beat. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Ooh, I'm losing control. Yeah,
Hi! my seat because that was a vibe.
Thank you so
That was a vibe. We had to close it out on Instagram, but that's cool because I made sure I shouted you out and we're all good there. Facebook family, thank you so much for tuning in. Somalia, amazing. Somalia, amazing. I'm so excited to add you to more of my playlists and listen to more of your music and just continue to stream your music because I know how important it is as an artist. But more importantly, thank you so much for uplifting me tonight and just reminding me how important it is to love and feel that rhythm. Let those blues hues just keep us flowing. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Rebel, for doing this, for having me on here. I will be supporting the fundraiser. And thank you so much just for checking out my music. You know, you're now a part of the Somalia community, so I appreciate it.
Yes, let's stay in contact. I'm really serious about coming to Atlanta. I'm thinking about moving out there soon. So maybe we can link up and do great things together. But more importantly, all praises goes to the Most High. Thank you so much for existing. I'm so glad that God created you. And may your music continue to flourish.
Oh, thank you so much, Rebel. I appreciate it. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at the Somalia Show. And my
Yes. And make
website.
sure you follow us.
Yes, absolutely. And follow Pink NYC.
Heard pink on the inside. Peace.